The entire sports world just stopped because Michael Jordan, the greatest athlete of all time, just gave Caitlin Clark the kind of invitation that only legends receive. A private VIP golf session at his ultra-exclusive Grove 23 course in Florida, the same place where billionaires, Nike execs, and world champions make power moves. And guess who's not happy about it? Angel Reese. Sources say she was furious after seeing the photos of Clark walking side by side with MJ, smiling like they've known each other for years. The moment went viral instantly. Jordan mentoring Clark, sharing laughs, and giving her one-on-one advice about legacy, branding, and greatness. Meanwhile, Reese jumped online with a now-deleted tweet that fans instantly linked to jealousy. The timing said everything. Clark was leveling up with the GOAT, while Reese was venting to her followers. People are calling it the ultimate crossover moment, basketball's brightest new star being recognized by the man who built the modern sports empire. This wasn't just golf, it was a coronation. And Angel Reese, she's watching it all unfold from the sidelines, realizing that Caitlin Clark just entered a circle she may never touch. Michael Jordan doesn't hand out invitations to just anyone. Grove 23, his private golf course in Hobe Sound, Florida, is one of the most secretive and exclusive sports sanctuaries on Earth. Getting in means you've reached the absolute elite of elite. People like Tiger Woods, Derek Jeter, and Barack Obama have walked those greens. And now Caitlin Clark just joined that list. Insiders say MJ personally called Clark after being blown away by her composure, competitiveness, and ability to elevate women's basketball into mainstream attention. This isn't just a fan moment, it's a calculated connection between two generational icons. Jordan reportedly told his team that Clark reminds him of himself in her early days, driven, unbothered by critics, and completely locked in on greatness. When word of the invite broke, the internet lost its mind. Fans flooded timelines with photos of Clark arriving at Grove 23 in Nike gear, shaking hands with Jordan, and being introduced to top Nike golf executives. Within hours, #Caitlin and MJ was trending across platforms. Meanwhile, Angel Reese was nowhere near as thrilled. Reports say she went on a social media spree, liking shady posts and dropping cryptic comments right after the news dropped. Many fans immediately connected her behavior to jealousy over Clark's rapid rise, not just in basketball, but across sports culture. Jordan's invitation symbolizes far more than a golf outing. It's access to a power circle where athletic legacy meets billion-dollar business. Every inch of Grove 23 reflects Jordan's obsession with perfection, from its drone-delivered refreshments to its hidden executive lounges where global deals are made. Insiders say that while Clark was learning the art of brand longevity from MJ himself, Reese was reportedly venting to her team about media bias and how Clark always gets special treatment. But to Jordan, it wasn't favoritism, was recognition. He saw a young athlete carving her own lane through performance, poise, and authenticity. As the story exploded online, sports commentators couldn't ignore the irony. Just a year ago, Angel Reese was the face of women's basketball drama, trash talk, rivalries, and headlines. Now, Caitlin Clark is redefining what star power looks like. The same competitive fire that fueled controversy during the NCAA days has now transformed into global attention and cross-sport respect. Jordan's invite wasn't just a handshake, it was a passing of the torch. And while Reese continues battling her own critics and controversies, Clark is out there being mentored by the man who invented sports dominance. For Caitlin Clark, that day at Grove 23 wasn't about leisure, it was about leveling up. Witnesses say Jordan didn't treat her like a guest. He treated her like a peer. They walked the course together, analyzing every hole like a strategic chess match. At one point, Jordan reportedly leaned in and told her, "Consistency builds empires, not moments." Those words hit Clark deeply. She's already known for her focus, but hearing it from the man who turned excellence into an empire changed everything. Nike executives in attendance were taking notes, not just on Clark's swing, but on her approach, demeanor, and presence. They saw what Jordan saw, a generational athlete who blends humility with hunger. Behind the scenes, Jordan's team had arranged private brand development sessions for Clark, something few athletes ever experience. Discussions covered long-term investments, cross-sport partnerships, and building a business identity beyond the WNBA. It wasn't just mentorship, it was blueprint sharing. Clark was essentially being handed the same foundation Jordan used to become a global brand. Meanwhile, social media was blowing up. Clips of Clark's effortless golf swing, her natural charisma, and her interactions with Jordan racked up millions of views within hours. Fans flooded comment sections calling it the next chapter of greatness. But not everyone was celebrating. Angel Reese, who's been struggling to maintain her spotlight amid Clark's growing dominance, couldn't resist jumping in. Just hours after the first photo of Clark and MJ went viral, Reese tweeted, "I can swing too," followed by a golf emoji. Fans instantly interpreted it as shade, sparking another round of online backlash. Commenters flooded her mentions, accusing her of being bitter instead of supportive. Some even joked, "You can swing all you want, but not at Grove 23." The tension between the two stars, once rooted in college rivalry, had now escalated into something much bigger. An ongoing battle for relevance in a rapidly changing sports landscape, industry insiders say. Jordan's decision to bring Clark into his world sent a clear signal. She's more than a basketball player. She's a brand builder, in the making. Executives at Nike Golf were reportedly so impressed with Clark's poise that they began exploring new crossover campaigns linking basketball and golf apparel. The vision is to make Clark not just the face of women's basketball, but a global sports ambassador. And with Jordan's backing, that's not just talk, it's a plan in motion. Meanwhile, Reese's frustrations were becoming public. Sources close to her claim she's tired of living in Caitlyn's shadow, especially as Clark's partnerships keep multiplying. What Reese sees as favoritism, others see as proof of authenticity. Caitlyn earned these moments through discipline and grace, not outrage and noise. And that's exactly why Michael Jordan opened his doors to her. At Grove 23, Jordan didn't just mentor. Clark validated her as the next generation's definition of greatness. The situation hit a boiling point when video surfaced of Caitlin Clark laughing with Michael Jordan during a private lunch inside Grove 23's glass-walled clubhouse. The clip showed Jordan gesturing animatedly while Clark listened intently, nodding with focus and respect. That short clip alone sent shockwaves through the sports world. Commentators said it looked less like a casual meetup and more like a mentor officially anointing his successor. Sports insiders started calling it the Grove 23 moment, a symbolic passing of the torch from the GOAT to the next era of greatness. Within hours, major media outlets were running stories about the Caitlin Clark effect and how her influence had officially expanded beyond basketball. ESPN and Sports Illustrated both highlighted how Clark's brand has evolved into something much larger than the WNBA. She was being covered like a global sports figure, someone who could move culture, not just win games. That kind of narrative power is exactly what Michael Jordan understands better than anyone. For him to personally reach out, invite her to his private course, and include her in high-level discussions about branding and legacy showed that Clark had reached a level of recognition very few athletes ever touch. Angel Reese, on the other hand, wasn't taking it well. She posted a cryptic story on Instagram saying, "Some of us have to work twice as hard to be seen," paired with a broken heart emoji. But the timing was too precise to ignore. Minutes after Clark and Jordan's photos went viral, commenters flooded her post, accusing her of bitterness and jealousy once again. The internet began drawing comparisons, pointing out how Clark's silence always speaks louder than Reese's online rants. While Reese tweets, Clark trains. While Reese argues, Clark collaborates with legends. That contrast became the defining theme of the conversation. Behind closed doors, sources say the invite to Grove 23 wasn't just about golf, it was the start of a long-term relationship between Clark and Jordan's brand ecosystem. Nike executives reportedly plan to build cross-promotional campaigns linking her to both basketball and golf markets. They view her as the ideal bridge between two fan bases, competitive athletes and everyday consumers drawn to authenticity. Jordan, who has always valued drive over drama, told his team that Clark gets it. She understands the long game. Meanwhile, fans online coined a new nickname for the partnership, the GOAT and the Baby Goat. Memes flooded Twitter, showing Jordan handing a golden golf club to Clark as if passing on greatness itself. And while Clark's star soared higher, Angel Reese's followers began questioning whether her constant online reactions were hurting her image more than helping it. Comment sections filled with fans telling her to focus on the game, not the gossip. The message was clear: Caitlin Clark was ascending into legendary territory, and nothing Reese did online could slow that momentum down. The tension only escalated as insiders revealed what went on during Clark's training sessions at Grove 23. Sources say that each session wasn't just about golf technique, it was a full master in strategy, networking, and legacy building. Jordan personally walked Clark through the course, showing her how to approach high-pressure situations, manage relationships with executives, and leverage athletic talent into global influence. Every drill, every conversation was aimed at teaching her how to become more than a basketball star to become a multi-platform icon. Nike executives were reportedly present during multiple sessions, taking notes and planning collaborations that would extend beyond basketball into golf clinics, media campaigns, and sponsorships. Clark wasn't just learning to swing a club, she was learning how to swing the public perception in her favor. Angel Reese, meanwhile, continued to fume publicly. After Clark's LPGA partnership news dropped, Reese posted a now viral tweet reading, "I can play golf too." The timing was immediately scrutinized. Fans saw it as a desperate attempt to reclaim attention. Analysts dissected the difference. Clark was being invited into elite circles, mentored by the greatest athlete of all time, and creating strategic partnerships. Reese was reacting online, letting emotions dictate her public persona. Social media quickly sided with Clark. Threads comparing the two went viral, highlighting Reese's jealousy and Clark's focus. Fans praised Clark's authenticity, noting how her work ethic and composure contrasted sharply with Reese's tantrums. The Grove 23 sessions reportedly revealed Clark's natural competitive instincts, showing that her athletic brilliance translated seamlessly into golf. She impressed Jordan and the Nike team with her precision, focus, and ability to absorb advice, proving she could dominate in multiple arenas. Meanwhile, Reese's attention-grabbing behavior only highlighted the growing gap between the two stars. Clark's career trajectory was ascending, fueled by mentorship, elite access, and authentic performance. Reese's remained mired in online feuds and reactive behavior. This growing contrast sent shockwaves through the WNBA community. Team executives and analysts began openly discussing Clark as a future face of women's sports, capable of bridging basketball, golf, and business. Insider reports suggested sponsors were already preparing multi-platform deals. Meanwhile, Reese's public image continued to take hits, with critics pointing out that she was losing relevance because of her inability to strategically manage her brand. The narrative was clear. Clark was being groomed for greatness by legends. Reese was left floundering in drama. And just when it seemed Reese might quietly step back, another viral clip surfaced, this time of her reacting live to Clark's golf swing footage. Fans immediately labeled her response pouty and petty. While Clark's performance gained global recognition, the divide between authentic excellence and manufactured drama had never been more obvious. And the sports world was watching every move. Clark's rise at Grove 23 wasn't just a story about golf, it was a blueprint for transcending a single sport, while Reese's outbursts became a cautionary tale about how not to manage fame. Public reaction to the Clark-Reese saga hit a fever pitch as the story continued to unfold. Social media exploded with fan commentary, memes, and viral threads dissecting every move. #BabyGoatOverBabyGiraffe trended within hours as fans rallied behind Clark, celebrating her access to Michael Jordan's mentorship and her growing influence beyond basketball. Analysts weighed in across networks, CSPN, FS1, and even Golf Channel devoted segments to breaking down Clark's training sessions, praising her ability to translate basketball instincts into golf precision. Industry insiders noted that Clark's strategic positioning at Grove 23 was already shaping up to be a case study in cross-sport branding. Every swing, every photo, every handshake was adding to her narrative as an athlete who mastered both performance and perception. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's attempts to counter Clark's rise backfired spectacularly. Her social media posts, intended to shift attention, were dissected and mocked for being reactionary. Former WNBA players and commentators began openly criticizing Reese's approach, contrasting it with Clark's strategic patience and mentorship-driven growth. Tweets and clips of Reese's outbursts went viral, framing her behavior as increasingly desperate and unprofessional. Fans debated whether Reese's jealousy was hurting her own career more than it helped her maintain relevance. Brands and sponsors started to take notice of the clear contrast. Sources revealed that companies previously hesitant about multi-platform athlete deals were now approaching Clark for strategic partnerships. Nike Golf, in particular, was reportedly planning high-profile campaigns featuring Clark, leveraging her authentic appeal and MJ's personal endorsement to maximize exposure. Clark's presence at Grove 23 wasn't just a media moment, it was a business masterstroke. The LPGA also recognized the unprecedented attention Clark was bringing to golf. Media teams adjusted coverage schedules to capture her practice sessions, while promotional campaigns highlighted her crossover appeal. Fans watching the footage saw a competitor who was not only talented but disciplined, focused, and humble. Clark's interactions with industry leaders and fellow athletes projected a level of professionalism and strategic thinking that set her apart from Reese, whose online behavior painted her as impulsive and reactive. Even the WNBA community was forced to take notice. Analysts openly debated how Clark's multi-sport influence might reshape women's athletics. While Reese's reputation suffered in contrast, fans began creating side-by-side comparisons, showing Clark's mentorship-driven growth versus Reese's attention-seeking posts. Every discussion, every headline, and every clip reinforced one undeniable narrative. Caitlin Clark was building a legacy. Angel Reese was trapped in drama. The public polarization was complete. Clark emerged as a model of authentic excellence, cross-sport influence, and professional maturity. Reese became a cautionary tale of how jealousy and reactive behavior can limit opportunities. Even for a talented athlete, the gap between their careers was widening daily, and everyone watching knew the fallout was far from over. Then came the first major twist that nobody saw coming. Sources close to the situation revealed that Michael Jordan had personally spoken to top LPGA executives, advocating for Caitlin Clark to be featured in exclusive promotional events and high-profile tournaments. According to insiders, Jordan emphasized Clark's unique combination of skill, character, and crossover marketability, making it clear that her involvement wasn't just about golf, it was about reshaping the future of women's sports. Jordan reportedly told Nike golf executives that Clark had the potential to become a multi-sport icon, someone whose influence could extend far beyond any single league or platform. This was a game-changer. Meanwhile, Angel Reese was seething. Staffers close to her camp claimed she felt blindsided and disrespected, believing that her own career trajectory should have given her similar opportunities. Her frustration spilled onto social media, where she posted cryptic messages about being underestimated and seeing who really supports talent. Fans immediately linked these posts to Clark's Grove 23 experience, and the contrast in their approaches became a hot topic across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Reese's comments came off as reactive rather than strategic, further cementing Clark's reputation as the athlete who quietly let her performance and network do the talking. Behind the scenes, Clark's training at Grove 23 wasn't just casual golf instruction. Jordan personally walked her through strategic exercises, emphasizing mental toughness, cross-sport branding, and leveraging her platform to secure long-term partnerships. Every drill, every conversation, and every handshake with key executives was part of a masterclass in career management. Clark absorbed everything, knowing that her moves now would define her legacy. The public began to see the stark contrast between the two athletes. Clark's mentorship with Jordan, coupled with her growing presence in golf and multi-platform marketing, positioned her as the next generation of sports royalty. Reese's impatience and online outbursts, by comparison, painted her as someone who couldn't navigate the business side of sports effectively. The narrative was clear. One athlete was building a lasting empire, the other was trapped in short-term drama. By the end of the week, industry insiders whispered about upcoming deals that could elevate Clark even further, including potential media projects, brand collaborations, and high-profile appearances in golf tournaments. Every step Clark took reinforced the message that authentic excellence and strategic alliances win in the long run, while reactive behavior and jealousy only create roadblocks. Angel Reese's frustration was now a public spectacle, leaving fans and analysts eagerly waiting to see how she would respond to being outpaced by Clark's meteoric rise. The tension between Clark's strategic ascent and Reese's growing frustration wasn't just a story, it was a lesson in how talent, discipline, and mentorship can redefine an athlete's career trajectory. And as whispers of even bigger announcements around Clark began to circulate, everyone knew the next chapter would be explosive. Now, the question on everyone's mind is what's next for Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark? Will Reese be able to recalibrate, learn from this, and find a way to reclaim her position in the spotlight? Or has Clark already pulled so far ahead that there's no catching up? Fans are divided, and the drama isn't slowing down anytime soon. One thing is clear: this isn't just about basketball or golf anymore. It's about brand power, strategy, and who knows how to leverage their talent for maximum impact. Here's where you come in. I want to hear your raw, unfiltered thoughts. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you think Angel Reese can bounce back from this? Or has Caitlin Clark already secured her throne as the next unstoppable force in women's sports? Are we witnessing a legendary mentorship moment with Michael Jordan shaping Clark's empire? While Reese struggles in her own drama cycles, your opinions could spark the next big debate across social media. And don't just watch from the sidelines. Hit that like button if you think authentic excellence always wins over manufactured drama. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because the next chapter in this story is already in motion, and you won't want to miss the shocking reveals coming next. Keep your eyes on both camps. This saga is far from over, and the next move could change everything.